أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Lesson number 133. We'll begin from ayah number 57. Surah Al-Hijr. قال فما خطبكم أيها المرسلون. Ibrahim alayhi salam said, then what is your business here, O messengers? We learned in the previous ayat that some visitors, some guests, they came to see Ibrahim alayhi salam. And he did not recognize them. He had no idea as to who they were. And later on, when he presented the food to them and they did not eat, they told him that they were in fact angels. And they gave him and his wife the good news of the birth of their son, Ishaq. And at the same time, Ibrahim a.s. realized that these angels, because according to some, there were 3, 10 or 13 angels, a group of angels, they could not have come just to give him the good news of the birth of his son. There must be some other important reason as well. Because the angel could have come and could just have given him the message, one angel, Jibreel a.s. by himself. Like for example, Maryam a.s. when she was given the good news of the birth of her son, only one angel came. But we see that multiple angels, a group of angels had come. So Ibrahim a.s. knew that there was some other reason as well. So he says, فَمَا خَطُبُكُمْ. So what is your business here? Khatb is from the root letters خَاطَبَ, and we have done this word earlier as well in Surah Yusuf. And khatb is basically a very important matter, a very important task that a person is involved in, that a person is engaged in. And basically, it's from خَاطَبَ, khutbah, khitab, which is to address. So important matters, they involve a lot of discussion. So, فَمَا خَطْبُكُمْ. What is your business? What is your situation? What is your concern? What is your purpose over here? أَيُّهَا الْمُرْسَلُونَ. O you messengers who have been sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. قَالُوا. They said, the angels replied to him, that إِنَّا أُرْسِلْنَا. Indeed we have been sent to who? إِلَى. To قَوْمٍ. A people that are mujrimeen, criminals. We have been sent to a criminal people. Who were the criminal people? The people of Lut alayhi salam. And we have been sent to them for what purpose? In order to carry out the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon them, in order to completely destroy them. Now, Lut alayhi salam, he had been sent to the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah by who? Ibrahim alayhi salam. Remember that Lut alayhi salam was a nephew of Ibrahim alayhi salam, and both of them, including the wife of Ibrahim a.s., Sarah, all of them, they had migrated from Iraq, from their original home, where they used to live, and where the people were mushrikeen. When they refused to believe, all of them, they did hijrah. They migrated from there. Ibrahim a.s. came to Asham, and he sent Lut a.s. to the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah to deliver the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Lut a.s., when he went over there, he was not from those people. So we learned that Lut a.s. was the only messenger who was not from his own nation. And what was the crime of the people of Lut a.s.? They were homosexuals. And Lut a.s. had been stopping them, he had been warning them since a very long time. But when they refused to change their ways, what happened? The punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was to descend upon them. So the angels, on their way to execute the punishment, they also stopped by in order to inform Ibrahim a.s. And they said to him that إِلَّا except آلَ لُوطٍ, the family of Lut a.s. Meaning we have been sent to the people who are criminals. We are going to carry out the punishment of Allah upon them. But the ones whom we are going to save are who? The family of Lut a.s. The family of Lut a.s. They are not going to be punished. Inna, indeed we, lamunajjuhum, surely ones who rescue them, ajma'een, altogether. Munajju is actually, think about it, munajjuhum, munajju. What's the complete spelling? Munajjuna, right? But because munajju and hum, they're coming together, mudaf, mudaf ilay, therefore the noon is dropped. So, inna lamunajjuhum, and munajjun is the plural of munajji. And who is munajji? One who saves, one who rescues. So we are going to save Who? The family of Lut alayhi salam, ajma'een, all together. Meaning the entire family of Lut alayhi salam will be saved. They will not be punished. The entire family. But then they mention an exception. Illa, except imra'atahu, his wife. قَدَّرْنَا, we have decreed that innaha, indeed she, lamin al-ghabirin, she will be of those who remain behind. We have decreed that she will be with those who remain behind in what? In the punishment. She will be amongst those who remain behind on whom the punishment will be executed. Al-ghabirin is a plural of ghabir. And ghabir is from the root letters ghain ba ra, and ghabir is basically one who stays behind, one who remains behind, while his friends, his companions, they have gone ahead. And basically it's from ghubar, which is dust. And when a group of people, they're walking together, running together, going on their animals together, then obviously they leave behind them a cloud of dust. So a person who is riding along with them and then he stops and the rest of them they continue, obviously he's going to be left behind in the dust. So al-ghabir is one who remains behind. So the wife of Lut alayhi salam, the angels say, قَدَّرْنَا, we have decreed. قَدَّرْنَا, from qaf dal ra, the word taqdeer, what does taqdeer mean? Destiny, decree. So we have decreed that she will be punished. That she will also die with her people. Why? Because she was their supporter. She was not a sincere believer. Although she was the wife of a prophet, but because her iman was not sincere, her loyalties were with the mujrimeen, therefore she ended up with them as well. She ended up with them as well. So, who was saved then from the family of Lut alayhi salam? It is said that it was only Lut alayhi salam and his 2 daughters. Only him and his 2 daughters. No one believed. No one listened to him. No one obeyed him. Even his wife. And it is said that Lut alayhi salam did not have any sons. So the wife was destroyed as well. Because al-mar'u ma'a man ahabba. A person will be with those whom he loves. So قَدَّرْنَا إِنَّهَا لَمِنَ الْغَابِرِينَ. We learn in Surah Al-Shu'ara, ayah 171, that فَنَجَّيْنَاهُ وَأَهْلَهُ أَجْمَعِينَ إِلَّا عَجُوزًا فِي الْغَابِرِينَ. So we saved him and his family, all except an old woman among those who remained behind. So it shows that his wife was also old, which shows that he was also old. And we also learn in Surah Al-Dhariyat, ayah number 36, فَمَا وَجَدْنَا فِيهَا غَيْرَ بَيْتٍ مِّنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. And we found not within them other than a single house of Muslims. So it was only the family of Lut alayhi salam who were saved. Everyone else was to be destroyed. Because they were the only house in the entire nation that was Muslim. If you notice over here, the angels say, قَدَّرْنَا, we have decreed. Who does we refer to? This is a continuation of the previous ayah. The angels are talking and they're saying, إِلَّا آلَ لُوطٍ إِنَّا لَمُنَجُّوهُمْ أَجْمَعِينَ إِلَّا امْرَأَتَهُ قَدَّرْنَا إِنَّهَا لَمِنَ الْغَابِرِينَ. So we refers to who? The angels. But the fact is that the angels, they don't decree. They don't set the destiny of someone. Who does that? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only. So, the angels, they ascribe these actions to themselves. Why? Because they were the executors of this command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They were going to execute this decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when someone does an action on behalf of someone, it is as though they're the ones who have commanded it, they're the ones who have issued it, they're the ones who have decided it. And according to many scholars, when the plural, when we is used for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in certain situations, it does not only give the meaning of royalty. Okay, this is a very important point. So, the we that is used for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the we of royalty, it's not necessary that in every context that's the meaning that it conveys. Sometimes it also refers to the angels. We is being used, why? Because it's referring to who? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well as the angels. Now does it mean that the angels are partners with Allah? Not at all. Na'udhu billah. This is not what the meaning is. Where we refer to the angels as well, it is because the angels are carrying out a command that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given. This is why we also refers to the angels. So over here, the angels say, إِلَّا امْرَأَتَهُ قَدَّرْنَا إِنَّهَا لَمِنَ الْغَابِرِينَ, that she will be amongst those who remain behind. And the fact that the angels say that we have decreed, this is similar to how in Surah Maryam, where the angel, he came to Maryam alayhi salam and she said, لِأَهَبَ لَكِ غُلَامًا زَكِيًّا, I have come to give you, to grant you, لِأَهَبَ لَكِ غُلَامًا زَكِيًّا, to grant you a righteous, a pure child. But the fact is that who is the one who really grants children? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But because the angel is carrying out that command, is fulfilling it, this is why he refers to himself. It is as though he is doing. It is as though the command has come from him. So similarly, قَدَّرْنَا إِنَّهَا لَمِنَ الْغَابِرِينَ. So the angels, they told all of this to who? Ibrahim alayhi salam. And we learned earlier in the previous surahs as to how Ibrahim alayhi salam, he began to argue with the angels. So now, فَلَمَّا جَاءَ آلَ لُوطٍ, then when he came to the family of Lut alayhi salam, who came? Al-Mursalun, the angels. So when the angels came to the family of Lut alayhi salam, قال, he said, Lut alayhi salam said, إِنَّكُمْ قَوْمٌ مُنْكَرُونَ, indeed you are a people who are munkarun, ones who are unknown. Munkarun is a plural of munkar, and munkar literally is one that is denied, one that is rejected. So you are munkarun, meaning you are rejected in the sense that I don't recognize you. You're strangers. I don't know you. Who are you people? Innakum qawmun munkarun, you are a people who are unrecognized, whom I'm not familiar with. Who are you people? Because the angels, they came in the form of who? Human beings. And again, just as they had come to Ibrahim alayhi salam, there was no sign of any traveling on them. Similarly, they were not locals, right? So he had no idea as to who they were. So he said, I don't recognize you people. Who are you? قالوا, they said, the angel said to him, Bal, rather, جئناك, we have come to you, بما كانوا, with that which they were, فيه, concerning it, يمترون, they were disputing, they were doubting. We have brought you that which these people had been disputing about. They had been doubting in. This is what we have brought you. So in other words, what are they saying? That we are the angels of Allah who have come to execute the punishment which these people have been doubting in. The word yamtarun has been used, and yamtarun is from imtira, mim raya. Mirya, what does mirya mean? Doubt. And imtira is to entertain a doubt. But imtira is not just to have a doubt, but it is also to dispute, to argue. Why? Because when a person is in doubt, what does that lead to? Argument, right? Generally, people end up arguing about those things which they have doubt about. So, بَلْ جِئْنَاكَ بِمَا كَانُوا فِيهِ يَمْتَرُونَ, what they were doubting in, what they were disputing with you about, the punishment, that's what we have brought to you. وَأَتَيْنَاكَ, and we have come to you بِالْحَقِّ, with the truth. What does al-haq refer to? The punishment. And why is it called al-haq? Because it is definite. It is definitely going to be executed now. It will definitely come true. أَتَيْنَاكَ بِالْحَقِّ وَإِنَّا, and indeed we, لَصَادِقُونَ, surely ones who are truthful. Truthful in what? In our statement. Meaning, be certain that now the punishment is going to be carried out upon them. Because up until now, there was a warning. There was a threat. And now when the angels had come, this was going to be a fact. Now definitely the punishment was going to be executed. So they assure Lut alayhi salam of the certainty of the punishment. وَإِنَّا لَصَادِقُونَ. If you notice, when they came to Ibrahim alayhi salam, they said, we have given you good news, bil-haq. They said, we have given you good news how? بَشَّرْنَاكَ بِالْحَقِّ. We give you good news with the truth. And here they say, وَأَتَيْنَاكَ بِالْحَقِّ. We have come to you with certain punishment. We learned before the story, وَنَبِّئْهُمْ عَنْ ضَيْفِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ. What did we learn? نَبِّئْ عِبَادِي أَنِّي أَنَا الْغَفُورُ الرَّحِيمُ وَأَنَّ عَذَابِي هُوَ الْعَذَابُ الْأَلِيمُ. And this is the demonstration of that. That at one point, al-haq referred to the blessing of Allah, the gift of Allah. At another point, al-haq refers to what? The punishment. So where Allah is very merciful, He is also severe in retribution. فَأَسْرِ. So the angels say to Lut alayhi salam that you travel. Asri is from the root letter Sin, Ra, Ya. This is not from the root letter Sin, Ya, Ra. Okay? Sayr is to travel. But Sin, Ra, Ya, it gives the meaning of traveling by night. Okay? Sayr is to travel, to journey. But Sin, Ra, Ya gives the meaning of traveling by night. To leave by night, to set out by night. Like Isra, the journey of Isra. Why is it called Isra? Because it was a night journey, isn't it? So Isra from the same root. So فَأَسْرِ, travel, set out, بِأَهْلِكَ, with your family. Why his family only? Because they were the only believers. His two daughters. When should you set out? بِقِطْعٍ, in a portion, مِنَ اللَّيْلِ, of the night. Meaning you should start your journey, you should leave the city even at what time? A portion of the night. A part of the night. Meaning don't leave in daylight. Don't leave in the morning, but rather leave at night. Why? So that the people don't see. بِأَهْلِكَ بِقِطْعٍ. Qitr is from qaf ta'ain, and it means a part of something. So after a section of the night has elapsed, then you should set out. And when you leave, when you set out, Lut alayhi salam is told, وَاتَّبِعْ, and you should follow. أَدْبَارَهُمْ, their backs. Adbar is a plural of dubur. You should follow their backs. Backs of who? The people who are coming with you, your family. In other words, make them walk in front of you, and you should walk where? Behind them, in their rear. وَلَا يَلْتَفِتْ, and when you all are going away, when you're walking away from the city, then no one should turn back. لَا يَلْتَفِتْ, he should not look back. Minkum, from you, ahadun, anyone. None of you should look back to the city once you have left. Yaltafit is from the root letters lam fata, and lafata is to turn, it is to direct. And la yaltafit, he should not turn back, meaning he should not look back, he should not turn around. Why should he not look around? Why should he not look back at the city? For various reasons. First of all, it is said that because the punishment that was going to be descended upon these people was very severe. It was very, very severe. And if any person would see it, he would be terribly affected by it. He would be devastated by it. Like for example, if you see a building collapsing and people dying, doesn't that affect you? For example, if you watch a video in which houses are collapsing, in which people are being washed away, doesn't that haunt you for so many days? Imagine you're watching it closely. And imagine you can hear the people. Imagine the entire city is lifted up. You see it being lifted up and you see it being brought back down and then being showered with stones. This was a horrible scene. So they are told, don't look back because it's going to affect you. So don't look when the punishment is being descended on these people. Whoever will see, he will not be able to bear it. He will not be able to tolerate it. Generally, when people see such things, what happens? They begin to cry. They begin to scream. Right? They stare in horror. And the people of Lut alayhi salam, those who had been saved, they had to leave that place immediately. So this is one reason that is given. Another reason that is given is that if any person looks back at the people who are being punished, then the same punishment is also going to hit him. Because if he looks back at them, in a way he will have affection for them. So a person who will have affection for those who are being punished by Allah, then what's the rule of Allah? Al-mar'u ma'aman ahabba. If you're looking at them with compassion and care, despite the fact that Allah is carrying out His punishment upon them, then the same punishment is also going to strike you. Thirdly, it is also said that this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's hukum, His command, whatever reason, whatever wisdom behind it, this is what they were commanded to do. We don't know of the wisdom. These are just our opinions. At the end of the day, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. And also if you look at it, if a person has to look back at something, doesn't he have to pause? Doesn't he have to stop? Right? You can't possibly be looking back and walking away. So, they were told to leave immediately. They could not stop. They could not afford to stop and look back. Because the punishment that was being descended upon them was very severe. And its effects would be widespread. Obviously, there was an earthquake, there was a shower of stones. Imagine the fumes. So, this was a very severe punishment. Therefore, لَا يَلْتَفِتْ مِنْكُمْ. No one should look back. أَحَدٌ, anyone. وَامْضُوا, and you all should proceed حَيْثُ تُؤْمَرُونَ, wherever you are commanded. Umdu, from the root letters, mim, dad, ya. From the word mudi. The word is mudi. And mudi is to continue to go, to proceed. So, umdu, go, continue, proceed, حَيْثُ تُؤْمَرُونَ, wherever that you are commanded. Meaning wherever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded you to go. And where was it that they were commanded to go? To the area of Ash-Sham. If you notice over here, the angels, they say to Lut alayhi salam that first of all you should leave by night. Secondly, when you're going away, then make your family walk in front of you and you should be walking behind them. Whereas the fact is that messengers, who are they? They are leaders, isn't it? And leaders are generally at the front, leading everyone by their example. Like for example, if you are going together collectively as a group, you're going somewhere, and one car, let's say your father is driving it, what are you going to do? Typically, you're going to be following him. Why? Because he's the leader. Even if you know the way yourself. But typically, the leader is always at the front. This is how we understand it. But over here we see that he is told to walk behind them. Why? Because this was a situation where he was supposed to protect them. He was supposed to be guarding them. They were supposed to be leaving that place. And he was to guard them. And we see that if there is a flock of sheep, where is the shepherd? At the back, right? Similarly, if you see children, kindergarten children, they're walking in a line, where is their teacher? One is at the front and one is at the back. Both are needed, right? So, this is a rule where you are supposed to protect someone, where you're supposed to guard someone to ensure that they are going right. What do? You walk behind them as well. And we see that the Prophet ﷺ as well, sometimes he would walk in the rear of the army. He would proceed where? At the rear of the army on military campaigns in order to help the weak and also carry those people who had no means of transport. So this was a sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ as well. And Lut ﷺ was told the same thing. وَقَضَيْنَا, and we decreed. Meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَقَضَيْنَا, and we decreed, إِلَيْهِ, to him. And remember, when the word qada is followed by ilah, what meaning does it convey? To convey. Okay? When the word qada is followed by ilah, it means to convey. So وَقَضَيْنَا إِلَيْهِ, we conveyed to him, we informed him, who? Lut alayhi salam. So وَقَضَيْنَا إِلَيْهِ, we conveyed to him, meaning Lut alayhi salam, ذَلِكَ الْأَمْرَ, that matter. Which matter? Anna, that indeed. So what does al-amr refer to? Anna dabira ha'ula'i, that indeed the root of these people, maqtu'un, is going to be cut off, musbihin, by early morning. As one's entering the morning. In other words, Lut alayhi salam was informed that by morning, the entire nation would be wiped off. They would be completely destroyed. He was told to leave by the night. And he was told, leave immediately and continue to proceed to your destination. Don't even look back. Don't even pause for a moment. Because these people are going to be completely finished by the morning. Dabira. Dabir is the root, the extremity, the extreme part of something. And the dabir of a people are who? The last one of them. The root of a people, the last one of them. So the last one of these people is going to be maqtur. Maqtur from the root letters? Qaf ta'ain. Cut off, meaning destroyed. By when? Musbihin, as ones entering the morning. Meaning as they enter the morning, as morning comes, as the sun rises, these people are going to be destroyed. The very last of them is going to be finished. So Lut a.s. was informed about this. Now, when Lut a.s. was informed, what happened? وَجَاءَ أَهْلُ الْمَدِينَةِ يَسْتَبْشِرُونَ. And the people of the city, they came rejoicing. So now, up until now, what's happening? The angels, they're telling Lut a.s. what's going to happen, what he's supposed to do, how he's supposed to leave, when he's supposed to leave, and what's going to happen when he leaves. The angels, they tell him all of this. Now what happens? When the angels tell him, the people, they find out that there are some visitors who are in the house of Lut a.s. And obviously who informed them? His wife. So وَجَاءَ أَهْلُ الْمَدِينَةِ. The people of the city, they came, يَسْتَبْشِرُونَ. They were rejoicing. Very happy. يَسْتَبْشِرُونَ from the root letters, bashin ra. And istibshar is to be happy on receiving some good news. To be very excited on receiving some good news. So يَسْتَبْشِرُونَ, they were very excited, they were very happy on finding out that some men, some beautiful, handsome men, were in the house of Lut a.s. We learn in Surah Hud, ayah 78, وَجَاءَهُ قَوْمُهُ يُهْرَعُونَ إِلَيْهِ. And his people came hastening to him. So the people of the city, they came like this, desiring to fulfill fahisha with the angels. قال, he said, Lut a.s. said to them, إِنَّ هَؤُلَاءِ. Indeed, these people, these men, who does هؤلاء refer to? The angels, who appear to be men. That these men, they are ضيفي, they're my guests. They're my guests. فَلَا تَفْضَحُونِ. So do not disgrace me. Do not embarrass me. Do not shame me. They're my guests. For God's sake, what are you doing? لَا تَفْضَحُونِ. تَفْضَحُونِ is from the root letters, فَضَحَ. And فَضَحَ is to expose something. And basically, fadaha is to mention someone's faults in order to embarrass them. It is to mention someone's faults in front of others, causing them embarrassment, shame, as well as degradation. We have done the word fadiha earlier. You have heard of it. Fadiha. Surah At-Tawbah is also called fadiha. Why? Because it exposed the traits of who? The munafiqun. Humiliating them, degrading them, embarrassing them. So, لَا تَفْضَحُونِي. Ni indicates me. So do not disgrace me. Do not shame me. Do not embarrass me. Because if you do this to my guests, you're going to be embarrassing me. If you disgrace my guests, that is actually my disgrace. And it's very embarrassing for me because I will not be able to protect my guests. Now just imagine you have some guests over in your house. And one of them, he, for example, trips over a table and falls and hurts his toe or knee or something like that. Now they have been hurt. But isn't that a cause of embarrassment for you? That it happened in your house? That you weren't that careful about that table? You could have avoided that. But they came, and because you weren't that careful, they got hurt. Their hurt is a cause of your embarrassment. Similarly, if the guests of Lut a.s., if they were treated in the way that his people wanted to treat them, then this would be a source of great embarrassment for him. And he says to them, وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ, and fear Allah, وَلَا تُخْزُونِي, and do not disgrace me. Tukhzuni from the root letters, kha, zay, ya, khizyun. And what does khizyun mean? Humiliation. So, la tafdahuni, what does it mean? Do not embarrass me. And la tukhzuni, meaning do not disgrace me by your doing evil with them.